our chief guest, His Excellency Governor Josphat Nanok, who is serving as the Deputy Chief of Staff in the Office of the President, and who is representing the Head of Public Service and the Chief of Staff, Honorable Felix Koskei. Our facilitators who are in the house. We have got our two international guests from India who are seated there, and I wish we appreciate them by a clap. They have come all the way from India. Most welcome. Council members who are present in here, our CEO, Jeremiah Karanja, considering the prevailing situation, not only in Kenya, but even beyond. In this kind of an event, which we regard as one of the premier events of the Institute, we normally come together every year, and we focus on contemporary issues. Agree on the way forward towards improvement so that we are able to make a contribution towards our nation building. Our chief guest, please allow me to very briefly, talk about the Institute. We are known as the Institute of Certified Secretaries, and we are a statutory body, which is established through Act of Parliament, Chapter 534 of the Laws of Kenya, which is the CPS Act. And our main mandate, in brief, is promotion of practice of good governance. In fulfillment to its mandate, ICS has partnered with other stakeholders, and the Institute has, over the years, supported the government on various governance matters. And this really comes out well, and especially when we were having our preliminary discussion with you, our chief guest, when we asked you for support, and you told us it is us to occupy the space and support the government. And indeed it is. And so we take that space. There are a number of initiatives which we have done as an institute towards the promotion of good governance, and I wish to mention just a few of them. One of them is being involved in the formulation of the Mwongozo, which is a policy document issued by the government for the purpose of guiding state corporations on governance aspects. Our institute is a major player, and we continue to play in that space by supporting the government towards that direction. We have also been involved in the issuance of corporate governance code of conduct for the issuers of the securities in our public institution known as the Nairobi Stock Exchange. We have worked with them and worked out and formulated governance parameters which they ought to observe. And in that way, we are contributing towards good governance. We do promote the Champions of Governance Award, which award recognizes individuals and corporations which will have exhibited the highest standards of practice in good corporate governance. And I want to mention to you that we had a benchmarking trip to India in the year 2001 or thereon, and we found India doing very well in this particular aspect. India is really a power as far as company secretarial practice aspects are concerned. And therefore, we borrowed the idea and we came back home and domiciled it to fit our environment, and we are still running with it. And so they are here again, and we'll be able to talk to you and hear what are the new developments, and then we can also share with you what our finding is for the interest of our profession at global level. We have also been involved in the issuance of the Code of Governance for the private organizations in Kenya, because our mandate is twofold. We are looking at the public sector and also looking at the private sector. And you have even gone further, Your Excellency, in addressing governance issues even in the church. And our argument, as far as the church is concerned, is that there is a spiritual aspect of the church and there is a governance of the institution. We would not interfere with the spiritual aspects because the spirit comes from elsewhere. And our professionals, unless one is one of them who receives the spirit, then that one will leave to the spiritual leaders. But governance aspects of ensuring transparency, of ensuring that there is a code of ethics, of ensuring accountability, of planning and agreeing on the way forward and moving together with the people through a public participation in the church. Those are the issues we are talking about. Those are not necessarily, if you agree with me, spiritual issues. The spiritual issues are different. And so we want that clarity really to be carried forward so that as a country we can continue making a contribution towards that area. Then we do governance research, we do publications, we sensitize and do capacity building in this area. Last year, in mid last year, when the government appointed the chairpersons and the board members of state corporations, we were enlisted and worked with the State Corporations Advisory Committee to train, to induct all the members of the board. And we did that assignment, did more than 1,800 members, and therefore our contribution is towards ensuring that those boards are managed by people, are led by people who understand governance, because some of them may not have done the subject matter in their training, depending on where they come from. Some of them are engineers, some of them are doctors. But being that we are the people who have learned or who have read the books on governance aspects, who are practitioners, and we have got experience, we share with them the experience. They also share with us the problems they face, and we are able to move together. So, Your Excellency, these are some of the initiatives and many more others which we are working on. The Institute, in order to effectively continue performing this role, including supporting the Kenya Kwanza bottom-up agenda, we have requested some assistance from your office in the following areas. And I think this point should be emphasized, sir, that professionalism is a public good. I think that ideology is very important. And being a public good, the government has got a direct interest in the professionals in the country. Be it the doctors, be it the engineers, be it the governance professionals whom we are, and other. Because these individuals serve the public, and that public needs to be protected. And that's why the government has got a special interest, actually, on professional matters. And no wonder, Your Excellency, all the professionals are established through acts of parliament. If it was a private affair, it would not be. Maybe they would be registered under the Societies Act. And so, we seek your support so that we are able to work together. One of the areas we are seeking your support on is on the gazettement of the governance auditors to be carrying out governance audits in public sectors. Noting that under Section 770 of the Companies Act, all those companies which are quoted in the stock exchange are required to undergo the same. And so we are asking that our state corporations to move at the same speed on governance aspects like the private sector, so that all of us can be able to advance together. Then number two is to continue seeking that a scheme of service for the governance and ethics officers in public service be formulated, so that we have got an officer or an office that deals with ethics in every entity, and then the parameters will always be set out. They can be looking at the parameters. Of course, we know that matters of ethics are matters of the heart, but there are some parameters which must be met on the face of it. And then number three, we want to seek, and we are very lucky to have you, because you have served in the county governments, we need to continue safeguarding professionalism in the county governments so that as they continue to do their devolved, to carry out their devolved functions, they do it within the requirements of standards which have been set on the professional profiling. Your Excellency, we know, and I know you know, that all the county public service boards are headed by a secretary who is qualified under our CPS Act. We continue to support them, and we make a commitment that if any of them is not doing their work well, with due respect, just like in the entire economy, they should be reported individually to the institute so that we look into the matter, and then the matter is determined, and we continue counseling them and we continue capacity building them. And some of them, I know they are inside here. Can you wave even if you are not standing? Can you wave? Yes, there are quite a number here. Yeah, please continue doing a good job in our devolved units like you have always done. Make sure that you don't fall by the way. And I know, Your Excellency, Governor, the necessary institutional arrangement within the county governments, you understand it very well, and the independence that is required, you understand it well, and of course it requires high wisdom so that as a governor, as you continue doing your job, all the institutions continue relating appropriately for the purpose of ensuring transparency and efficiency in the delivery of the services. Our chief guest, in our next 3 days, we have an exceptional lineup of speakers who will delve into a number of topics which are listed in your programs. Each session promises to be insightful, thought-provoking, and enriching, offering valuable perspectives that will shape our understanding of governance in these times of economic and even social challenges. I extend my sincere gratitude to our sponsors whose generous support has made this conference possible. In fact, because everyone here pays for their costs, but they have really helped us in mopping in our young CSs. They have supported them in terms of travel, in terms of accommodation, and I think we should appreciate them by a clap. I would also like to commend the efforts of my council, the committee responsible for the conference, which is known as Research, Strategy and Capacity Development, which is chaired by none other Dr. Mutuma, who invited me on the podium, for doing a very good job. And equally, extend the same appreciation to FCS Jeremiah Karanja, our CEO, and the Secretariat for doing a very good job in organizing this event. To our participants, I encourage you to actively engage in the discussions, exchange ideas freely, and harness the collective wisdom present in this room. Your contributions will be invaluable, and I am confident that together we can forge new ways towards governance resilience. Our chief guest, Your Excellency, please, when you go back to Nairobi, pass our regards and very sincere appreciations to the head of public service, and who is also the chief of staff, Honorable Felix Koskei, and a very good friend of this institute, and we know he's a professional. Pass our regards, and with time, we'll be able to find the opportunity to come and have a discussion with him. But in the meantime, you go and open the door for us, so that when we come to visit him, we will come with a report, which will be part of SAR. You'll be reporting back, and you can be saying that we did a good job. And so in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to upholding the principles of good governance, fostering collaboration, and driving positive change. I want to appreciate you all very much.